Hello, this is Christina, and we're here to talk about astrology and what is happening this week in the sky. So, we're having a new moon in Sagittarius. For all my Sagittarius friends, especially Sun in Sagittarius, Sagittarius rising, and I will say also people who has the moon in Sagittarius or any other personal planets have definitely been going through a very challenging time because we had the South Node transiting, the South Node in Sagittarius. And it has been a time to learn. It has been definitely a moment to um, to review a lot of your ideas and belief system and the way how you see yourself and how can you liberate yourself from maybe outdated belief systems. Um, but also, you might have felt physically stuck, physically stagnant. Like Sagittarius are very well known for their desire of freedom, for their desire of adventure, and they're usually very optimistic people, very hopeful, and a lot of fun. But when we have the South Node, um, going over a specific sign, in this case in Sagittarius, definitely has influenced us to, be more not as optimistic as we were before. And so we have learned a lot of like techniques, and we have learned to really control the mind to see where, these thoughts have taken us, if we've been negative, if we have felt that, you know, um, our dreams, were kind of like fading away. So this new moon with this eclipse, it represents a new time, it represents a new beginnings, and where we finally feel more hopeful, and energetically you are going to notice how in the next 6 months, you finally feel a sense of peace and a sense of freedom that it's going to start opening up in the next few weeks. And depending where you have Sagittarius in your chart, definitely, the themes change. But collectively, for all of us, we have seen how the Sagittarius and Gemini has been very present. And, it's an energy that has to do a lot with information, it has to do a lot with communication, media, the news. So there's been a lot of chit chat and there's a lot of opinions because Sagittarius is it can deal a lot with belief systems, and we have seen the differences between a lot of sides, a lot of groups, and he has definitely created a lot of confrontation. So this is the part where we all have noticed. And if you're sensitive like me, I actually remove myself from a lot of social media and remove myself a lot from the news and too much information because it was just too overwhelming. um but yeah, it's definitely a part that we noticed that it was so very intense. It was moving a lot, and we saw the difference of opinions and the difference of sides. So because I do astrology in a way that I try people to come together and to see how we're united and we're in this together. I mean, we have Saturn in Aquarius. So I hope that we can transcend, the eclipses, and I hope that we can transcend. Astrology is a great tool, but we can use it in a way to connect to our heart, and and transcend, and we can help each other out. So regardless our differences politically, legally, whatever your differences are, we have noticed that we have to celebrate those differences. We notice that we actually, that's what makes us special, and that's what makes us unique. So with this with this new moon eclipse that we're having, And it's a solar eclipse. It definitely represents changes, new beginnings. So let's leave that part behind, and let's liberate ourselves from outdated belief systems. Let's liberate ourselves from negative thoughts, and let's hope to be more optimistic and to bring more optimism and inspiration into people's lives. Now, because Sagittarius rules international affairs, it rules education, it rules. It's very outdoorsy. It's very adventurous. It's very, very, very in tune with their belief system. It can be kind of preachy in some way. So notice, in the time that we have these eclipses, how your belief system or how you see yourself in society and how you see how you interact with others, it has changed, have expanded. We're always moving on and changing, and we come back into different circumstances, and hopefully if we meditate, we reflect, and we come back into our heart center, we can make better choices. So this has been a great time to practice diplomacy, practice the way how we communicate with others. If we're being too harsh, if we're being too if we're not thinking about the other person in a more compassionate way. So this is a great time to reflect, going over in the past and all the circumstances and experiences that we had collectively in the news, to see how divided we were. And we were so stuck in that mental activity, in that rational mind that is the Gemini mind sometimes. um, so it's a great opportunity for that, and liberate yourself from those outdated belief systems. And even religiously, like what did you notice that you were stuck in your belief system, in your religion, in your opinions, and how some things don't work anymore. They're just very outdated. And what really matters is connecting to the heart and connecting in seeing every person as a beautiful soul that we all are. But yeah, this is a moment where we are going to definitely open a new chapter in our Sagittarius house, and where we're going to see that the energy is not so stagnant. We don't feel that much blockage in terms of education, in terms of traveling, in terms of freedom, in terms of just being more hopeful, and knowing that it's ruled by Jupiter. So we have to think, what is Jupiter doing? Jupiter is in Aquarius, so it's also a great time to find community, to find those people that you fit in. And because it's Aquarius, it might be a different type of group. You might meet these people in a very different way through technology, um, belonging to new community groups, new society, new, you know, just put yourself out there in a way, find your hobbies and connect to these people, because um, this is where like Jupiter is going to bless us, and it's going to make us, expand and grow, because that was the part where we felt very stuck. Maybe we felt that we didn't have enough friends, and also like we felt that we were not as free as we used to. So it's a great time to, in the next few months, to take a trip and just like liberate yourself from the same places that you've been like going, the same routine. Just have more fun about it. And if you have, personal planets in Sagittarius, definitely it really moves a lot of energy, and where you have felt very emotionally, because you might have felt that, things were not working as you were used to. Usually Sagittarius are very lucky. Um, so it was just a time for you to learn. If you have a Sagittarius rising, definitely you have to review your past, your relationship with your family, and the way how you see yourself now, and where are you moving into, to have romantic and relationships, and relationship that has more meaning. So it has definitely been a time that has helped you clean your perception and clean your filters. And for that, you have to go back into your past and usually go back into your roots, into your childhood, which can be very emotional. But a lot of Sagittarius risings, I think they're entering into new relationships and they're finding love. So these eclipses, they're definitely moving a lot of the way how you see yourself in terms of others. So I'm very excited about that. Then for someone who has a moon in Sagittarius, definitely emotionally was a time where you felt stuck. You might have felt not understood. Maybe it's a time that maybe you could be moving to and you're finally creating your own home where you feel more in tune with that Sagittarius aspect that you like, that is more free spirit and adventurous. So I will see, I think a lot of people after these eclipses also are going to be moving, relocating, and it could be internationally, but also just remember that it's just a place where you feel very in tune with your heart, and it makes you feel free. It makes you feel like you're connecting to people because you have Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius in Aquarius. So you want to find a place where you belong, that you belong with other people who get you, who understand you, who are like your tribe, your friends. So friends are going to definitely be a big role in the next 6 months in how we take decisions and how we want to feel more free and expansive, and we just want to feel again more hopeful. So it's a great time to take a leap of faith and just make that jump to move forward. Sagittarius is very futuristic, very excited about the future. So like I said, for the past for the time that we have these eclipses, we might have not felt our usual self. I am not a Sagittarius sun, but I'm a moon in Sagittarius. And personally, it was a time for me as a woman. I mean, the moon, it represents the yin side of us, the moon side of us, where I'm pregnant, I'm expecting a baby. So for a lot of moon Sagittarius, also they're opening a new chapter emotional, emotionally, that is very life changing. So that's for someone with a moon in Sagittarius. And also educational wise, we have so many issues because of Zoom and we felt that we were not connecting with people. I think this is a great time where, we're going to notice that we are connecting more with others. And it's a great time to make friends. I really think so. Use whatever platforms you have, apps to make more friends and friends that you can share positive hobbies, and work out. Like Sagittarius is about training and working out, exercising. So get your gears up and start running, get into that marathon, go back to school, travel. Yeah, and don't put yourself these limits of you cannot do it. We have learned a lot of lessons, so it's a time to move forward and be positive again. And remember the lessons though. But and then for people who has the sun in Sagittarius, definitely energetically, like the sun represents your vibrancy and your energy and your identity, your core, how the world sees you and how you shine into the world. So it has been a time where you have doubted yourself and you have felt the things were definitely not working. um, so now this time it's staying behind, you're moving into a new you. So put yourself out there and go for that job, go for that reason, your purpose, your Sagittarius liberating, exciting aspect of you. And it's a great time to teach, it's a great time to coach. Sagittarius are amazing coaches. So if you're into coaching, this is a great time to return and use what you have. Use your, I don't know, your journaling skills, your blog skills, your Instagram skills, to put yourself honestly out there, and and show what you have learned during this time, and be humble, be very humble about it. That's always very important for fire signs. It's always very important to be humble and connecting with the heart. And people notice that and they just connect with you because they can see that comes from a very sincere place, not from a place of pride. Sagittarius sometimes can be type of preachy, or they can come out very strong, which it can be amazing. But this, eclipses and the South Node have made you definitely to communicate in a very different way because Mercury is also there. So remember not to be so impulsive, take pauses and be patient. That's something that Sagittarius definitely are learning in this lifetime to be patient. So yeah, this is my message for this coming eclipse that we're having. And from the bottom of my heart, I wish everybody the best, and especially collectively, to become more united and not let ourselves be distracted by our differences, but actually celebrate that we have so many differences, that we are unique. And at the same time, we are very similar. We are the same. So celebrate that. And yeah, if you want more information, please reach out to me, subscribe. I'm very excited about sharing what I know about astrology. Of course, astrology is such a huge, huge um, subject, but I do readings. So if you would like to get in touch with me before I get into my cocoon and spend more time with going inward, please reach out to me. Thank you. Have a great day.